In the summer of 2023, a former U.S. intelligence officer sat before Congress and testified under oath that the federal government was in possession of intact, non-human spacecraft. He even claimed they had recovered the biologics of the pilots who flew them. We live in an era where billions of people carry high-definition cameras in their pockets at all times. Our skies are swept by advanced military radar and civilian tracking systems. Yet, despite decades of sensational claims, we still lack a single piece of definitive, verifiable physical evidence. No alien alloys, and no undeniable photographs. At the same time, a massive demographic shift is taking place. Across the globe, institutional church attendance and traditional religious faith are plummeting, while belief in extraterrestrial visitation is climbing to historic highs. This shift suggests that as traditional spiritual structures decline, a new kind of mythology is rising to take their place, one that speaks the language of the space age to satisfy an enduring human hunger for meaning. To understand why, we have to look back to the 1950s. The Cold War was escalating, and the threat of global nuclear annihilation loomed over daily life. Society practiced air raid drills and built fallout shelters in their backyards, living in a state of constant existential dread. It was during this period of tension that Swiss psychologist Carl Jung began studying the surge in flying saucer sightings. Jung proposed that when society faces unmanageable mass uncertainty, the human unconscious projects its internal fears and desires for order outward into shared psychological visions. Jung identified a geometric link between the ancient mandala and the modern saucer. Both circular, symmetrical shapes represent an unconscious search for wholeness and divine order, projected into the heavens during times of social upheaval. In a post-industrial society, our minds no longer interpret these internal visions as fiery chariots from the heavens. To fit a modern, rationalist worldview, that projection of divine order takes the form of an advanced mechanical spacecraft. Researcher Jacques Vallée looked past the metallic holes of the craft to investigate the beings reportedly operating them, uncovering a pattern that stretches back centuries. Medieval accounts of the secret commonwealth, the realm of fairies and elves, frequently describe small, non-human entities with oversized heads, large eyes, and glowing auras. These physical traits align with the modern gray or Nordic alien descriptions recorded today. The reported behaviors match as well. Folklore tells of people lured away, experiencing missing time, and hearing voices in their minds. Both the fairies of the past and the extraterrestrials of the present appear to defy physics and operate at the edge of human perception. The underlying psychological phenomenon has remained constant across history. Humanity has simply updated the disguise of these entities to match the science fiction expectations of our current era. By the 1960s, a specific narrative took hold: the alien abduction. People reported being taken against their will, paralyzed by an unseen force, and subjected to clinical medical examinations by unblinking captors. These ordeals mirror thousands of years of human experience. Shamanic journeys often involved being taken into the underworld by spirits, while medieval records describe demonic possessions that involve paralysis and a complete loss of bodily autonomy. When a person experiences a profound, unexplainable mental trauma, the brain searches for a way to process it. The mind reaches for the least unlikely explanation available within its specific culture to make sense of the experience. In a world that has largely discarded demons and spirits, an extraterrestrial laboratory becomes the only culturally acceptable translation for a terrifying spiritual ordeal. This psychological translation serves a vital role. The modern UFO mythos acts as a buffer against the spiritual void left behind as traditional religious institutions recede from public life. Secularization may have shifted how we live, but it did not remove the human craving for a higher power. We still seek a sense of cosmic belonging and hope that a superior intelligence will intervene to save us from our own technological and social crises. Look at the early contactees of the 1950s, like George Adamski. He claimed to meet space brothers delivering cosmic sermons about universal peace and nuclear testing. messages that entirely mirror traditional religious prophecy. This overlap creates a new archetype, the technological angel. We require our saviors to be powerful enough to rescue us, but they must be wrapped in the language of science to remain credible today. By providing a moral code, belonging, and hope for transformation, this belief system performs the exact social functions once reserved for organized religion. Our obsession with UFOs tells us very little about the physical cosmos, but it reveals a deep truth about ourselves. No matter how advanced our technology becomes, we still look to the skies, needing to believe we are not alone in the dark.